All right, Serena. So I heard about this company called Spousely, and then I saw this article where someone was in Forbes magazine recently, or it's coming out. I was like, okay, so I'm just going to reach out. And she actually got back with me right away. She got back with us little people right away, Serena. But her name is Monica Fullerton, and she is the founder and CEO, president, do it all of Spousely, right?
Yes, you can call me the jack of all trades, that's for sure.
Well, I just want to start out by saying welcome to the show, and just I want to hear about your story because
Hi, I'm Serena, and this is my co-host Mike, and you're listening to Diapers and Deployments, Who's Got It Worse? The podcast that talks about all things military, the good, the bad, and the oh shit. On today's show, we hop on Serena's crazy train of moving into her new house, Mike's compulsive Bronco buying, and we have founder and CEO of Spousely on. This podcast is supported by Skill Mill Corporation, helping veterans transition to the civilian workspace.
all right, Serena. So, I like to start out by asking you how your week was. I can see it in your eyes. I'm not sure I want to ask you.
I feel like I'm just constantly complaining.
Well, you have that gene. All right. I just lost all my female listeners.
Yeah, you tried to get on my good side or what?
My wife has that same gene.
Yeah. Here's the deal. Our household goods arrived.
Normally, that would sound way more positive.
Right. Now, everybody who's been listening to us since episode 1 knows that I've been a nervous wreck about my stuff. I was nervous because it was packed out in January and put into storage. And I've never had to do that before with a household goods move. And in Washington, where it's wet and whatever, I just was afraid of mold and all that kind of stuff. And we closed on our house on June 28th. And silly me didn't request our household goods until the day we closed, because I was afraid that if we had requested it too soon and something happened with our house and then we didn't close and then things were already set in motion, I'd be up a creek. So it took 2 months almost to the day to get our stuff. And it was a long process to get it. And I felt like there was just a lot of miscommunication between the truck driver and the storage facility and whatever. This truck driver shows up to my house on a Saturday morning, and the first words out of his mouth are, "I don't have all of your things."
Good morning.
And literally. And he was an hour early. He told me he'd be there at 8 and he showed up at 7. And the only reason why I know that is because our master bedroom is on the ground level of our home and on the street. So I heard, this loud truck, and I'm like, no way that's a moving truck.
They're never early.
Yeah. And I'm like, no way it's the trash, whatever. So I peek out the window, and sure enough, there's a humongous moving truck sitting in my driveway. Well, in front of my house. So those were the first words out of his mouth. And it went downhill from there. We have been so fortunate. And I know people are listening and they're going to say, shut your mouth. But we've had 9 household good moves and we have never had anything broken or lost.
Oh my gosh. Ever?
Never. The plastic handle, like the little loop on my crock pot lid, is the only thing that we've ever had broken.
So you were due, basically.
Pretty much.
And you got it all at once, I'm guessing, from the
all at once.
Oh
yes.
My God.
Yeah. So not only did he have only 7 of my 10 crates, there was probably like 8 or 9, 10 broken pieces of furniture. I'm not talking like a box of dishes. I'm talking like my desk, my hutch. Like I'm talking big my couch has a rip in it.
Oh man.
Yeah. So it has not been awesome. On top of all of that, nobody knows where the hell my other 3, they all say they know where their crates are, but they all keep saying, we don't know how we're going to get them to you yet. And they're pointing fingers at each other. And I'll talk to one company and they'll say, well, call this person at this phone number. And I'll call that person and they'll say, no, now call this person at that company. And I'm just calling the same person at each company from a different number in a circle.
And there's no way you know what's in each crate. Like you can't remember.
So I went through because they gave me an itemized list. You check the boxes off.
I remember that, but
Yeah, you check the bingo boxes. So I went through my inventory list and I highlighted the boxes that I did not check off. And then our mover was very thorough and she wrote on every single box what we had inside each box. So we're missing box 111 and it's written on there, pillows, blankets, couch cushion. Because we're missing our couch cushions, but we have the freaking couch, but no cushions. Yeah, right?
It sounds like you don't have pillows and blankets either, but I'm just saying.
My son doesn't. My son has sheets, but he doesn't have any pillows.
Oh, he's rough.
We have cutting boards. We don't have any knives.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sounds like you had a shitty week.
Yeah. And I had a colonoscopy this morning.
Oh, you did have a shitty week. Okay, you win. So you topped it off with I mean, come on, you can't beat that.
I know, right? I mean, routine colonoscopy because my immune system hates me, so I have to have colonoscopies often. And this one came out great, and it's good news and whatever. But still, I'm sure there's listeners that have had colonoscopies, so they know.
I am not one of them, so let's just keep it that way.
Aren't you at the age where you need to have one?
I got to poop in a box.
Oh, you have to do that.
Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah, so I'm already sick, so I don't get to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Yeah, I'm already a sick individual.
But we just lost 25% more people.
No, we
I don't want
didn't.
to talk about that.
No, we didn't because everybody likes to talk about it. And you know what? People need to get tested for all kinds of stuff. I got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis when I turned 30, and it's hereditary. And I was worried about my brother when I first was diagnosed because I thought he was sick too, I was watching, his behavior and whatnot. And he's like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. And he was diagnosed at 30 himself. So,
oh man,
I tell everybody to get tested. If you haven't had a butt scope, go get one.
Well, all right then. With that, I don't want to get one, Serena, and you can't make me. But
no, it's awful, and it sucks, but it's worth it to make sure you're okay. But anyway, that was the ending to my week, and I hope I get some answers about where my stuff is, when I'm going to get it. I mean, I was on the phone yesterday also while I couldn't eat because I was prepping for the colonoscopy, and I was yelling when I was at work. I was on the phone yelling, and my dad was like, "Yo, you got to get off the phone. Like, you need to get out of this building while you're on the phone, or stop calling people because you ain't right now." And I wasn't right.
You were not customer service ready, it sounds like.
I was not. Mm-mm.
Well, I hope that you get your stuff, Serena.
Thanks.
Soon. And all the stuff that they broke, they'll fix. I mean, the paperwork, it is a nightmare to do. But after you do it, you'll get the money for it. But you know what?
But how do they do that? Like, 2 of the items are custom built.
And that's where you come into a problem.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly like I have this antique that I got from the Rognus family. So it was theirs for a long time, and they gifted it to me and Brandon $1 million. I mean, how long ago was that?
Yeah. That was 2000.
Yeah. It was a long time ago.
11.
They broke it right in front of my eyeballs in my driveway.
Oh, so it wasn't broken until they got to your house.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't have a receipt for that.
No.
I mean, and it's a sentimental thing to us for a certain reason. And then I love it. I mean, it's a great piece of furniture. It's behind me. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
I can see it. So, yeah. So have you used, our listeners may not know this, but have you used Google Photos before?
No.
If you use Google Photos, right, it downloads all your photos. I can take any photo I have in Google Photos and I touch it and it like scans it and then it finds it for me on the internet where I can shop for that piece. Like furniture. Yes. It gives me a price and everything. Yes.
Whoa.
So you take a picture of that. If it's somewhere on the internet, your Google Photos will find it. It's kind of scary.
Well, I'll do that. I mean, I don't think it's like some priceless piece of artwork or, priceless piece of furniture. It's just a sentimental thing to us, and I love it. And like the desk that I have, a spouse made it. A military spouse and her veteran husband made my personalized desk for me to fit my sewing machines, and they broke it.
Yeah, I hate moves. So I may do one more, but that's it. I don't want to move anymore.
You're gonna do one more?
Well, I do want a lake house, right? I just keep telling you I need lake house money. So I know your week was horrible, and you topped it off with scope. So my week, I went to Lake Martin for the weekend.
Oh, because why? Why did you go? Because it was your birthday?
Birthday weekend.
Happy birthday, by the way. I don't think I told you.
Thank you. Well, we spent 4 days up there and we had a cabin, and I didn't even know the military. So the military has places all over the world you can rent just for military people. And when we were up there for my daughter's graduation, I found out that the Air Force has some cabins on Lake Martin that you can rent if you're a veteran.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was only $65 a night for these cabins, 2-bedroom cabin on the water. So we spent 4 days up there. We rented a boat from the base, right? So a normal boat, $600 a day. It was $300. So I took my new Bronco off-roading. Right?
Yeah. We need to talk about that too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous.
I did not talk about that on the last. I see.
No.
Oh yeah, people are pissed off. Like, cause I got a new Ford Bronco, and I guess they're hard to get right now. And I ordered
Yeah.
mine a year ago. I'm the only one around here with one, and I haven't seen another one on the road.
I don't see them around here. Did you get a 4-door?
Yes,
Oh,
I have a
gosh.
2-door on order.
What?
Yeah, I have. Well, okay, so I actually ordered 3. But listen,
Okay. What is going on?
well, when I heard that they were going to be, making them, I was like, oh, that's cool. So I ordered one. Then Regina said she wanted one, right? So we figured by the time she got hers, we would trade this one in for the next one. Yeah, because it's going to take a while. Production's slow. And then I was like, after I went to Texas and did some off-roading in the Broncos, I'm like, I really like that 2-door. So I ordered another one. And Regina's like, oh my God, you really ordered another Bronco? I'm like, yep.
Oh my gosh.
But they've closed the ordering now, so you can't order them anymore. So I'm not going to lose money. Like,
No, you're not.
no, I'm going to make money. Someone has offered me $12,000 more than I paid for my Bronco already.
I mean, that's what I want. I want one of those next. I love my car right now, but I would love to have I've always wanted a Bronco. That's what my mom had when I was growing up.
I'm going to have 2 for sale soon.
I'm sorry, but I don't like red.
Oh no, the other 2 aren't red.
Oh, okay.
So we can talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so we took it off-roading. I let the girls drive it. I let my daughter's boyfriend drive it off-road. So, between the water and the off-roading, I got a funny story. But off-roading. So with the Broncos, the top comes off really easy, right? Took the top back. And Serena, Regina hates bugs. My wife, she hates bugs. There's a cricket or something on the hood of the car. I wasn't even paying attention. And she's like, what is that? What is that? What is that? And I looked over. It's like a grasshopper or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's nothing. Next thing I know, she's got a blanket over her head. First of all, I don't know where she got the blanket.
I was just about to say it's 100 degrees outside.
I got a picture of her with a blanket over her head. So I had to stop what I was doing. I was going up the hill. I'm like, let me get this thing off the hood. And then on the way down, a spider fell in the Bronco. So after the spider came in, we're like, okay, I guess we have to put the top down or back up,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She's crazy. I love off-roading. We have a Jeep. Brandon still has the same green Jeep. We love going off-roading, which we haven't done here in Kansas.
Well, Alabama's kind of flat, so it wasn't like major off-roading. But anyway, with that now, it's pretty versatile. We go to the beach, go off-roading. It was just a great week for me, Serena. I just want to rub that in a little bit. So
yeah, I feel like there's better weeks to come for me. I mean, I got good news after my scope today, so that's good, right?
Hey, you ended it off with a positive note.
My best friend's husband got official orders to Kansas, so that's also another good news I got today.
There's a bright side.
There is a bright side to every shitty week. I know that. And I want all the listeners to know that I don't have a shitty week every week. It's just maybe when we're recording.
All right, Serena. So we're a month in with telehealth. Nothing but positive responses again, and another great product from Skill Mill Family of Services. And I can't believe, like, every month it just seems to get better. And I just want the listeners, if you haven't been on skillmill.com, go on, check out some of the things we're doing. And there's a lot of things that are coming, right, Serena?
Yeah, I think everybody needs to stay tuned and watch out what's coming from Skill Mill, because we're coming in clutch, I think.
Clutch? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, coming in clutch.
Hey, that's a new one for me.
Go ask your daughters.
All right, Serena. So I heard about this company called Spousely, and then I saw this article where someone was in Forbes magazine recently, or it's coming out. I was like, okay, so I'm just going to reach out. And she actually got back with me right away. She got back with us little people right away, Serena. But her name is Monica Fullerton, and she is the founder, CEO, president, do it all of Spousely, right?
Yes. You can call me the jack of all trades. That's for sure.
Well, I just want to start out by saying welcome to the show. And I want to hear about your story, because it's really blown up in the past, 6 months, right?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me, and any opportunity that I can get to spread the word about Spousely and, what we're doing is just a great opportunity. So I really appreciate it. But yes, I launched Spousely a little over a year ago now. Recently just made the Forbes Next 1000 list, and have continued to just keep pushing forward. I am a solopreneur. I am also a twin mom, Air Force spouse. And you know what? It's one of those things where it just feels right. And, even though the days are busy and I'm doing a lot on my own with a very little small team behind me, it's the best thing that I've ever done, honestly, in my life. So it's been just an incredible journey.
So you said something there that just kind of went under the radar, but you said you had twins.
Yes. We have 5-year-old twins. So they just started kindergarten. Yep.
Wow.
Hey, the first day of school, you had to be the happiest mom in the world.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have had them in preschool for 2 years now. So we are very much used to the school routine. Good. But yes, there was some moms, dropping them off with like tears. And I tried to like hold back from like just, popping some champagne right then and there. But I'm like, oh man, it's so sad. Not bye. Driving off real fast.
Oh, that's hard. I mean, I can't imagine, Serena. What about you having twins?
I have friends that have had twins as like their second pregnancies and they were crying, and I'm like, yeah, I'd be crying too.
I can't imagine. Yeah. I don't know what is better, like starting out with twins or then like getting twins after you've already had some other kids. I really don't know. All I know is we are one and done, and we have a boy and a girl. And so it was the best thing that I could ever ask for.
Okay. we just lost half listeners. They're like, I hate her. She's got one and done. Boy and a girl. Like,
yes.
The hard years behind you.
My kids went to a military school and when we were in Charleston, and they did a tears and cheers party for kindergarten.
Oh, so, nice.
Yeah. And
I like that.
I was definitely on the cheers side because it was my baby starting kindergarten and I was ready to get back into work. And,
kids thrive off of routine and structure. And, with both of us working full time and just having such busy schedules, like we are a routine family. They were actually in the NICU for 37 days. They were preemie. So they were born at 31 weeks. And I always say, even though they were these tiny little babies, they were only 3 pounds, but right then they were already started on a routine and a structure. And ever since they came home from the NICU, it's just something that we've always followed. And I really believe, even though they probably have no idea or remember because they were so tiny, it set all of us up for success and being able to, keep pushing forward because it's hard. I mean, I felt like a conveyor belt at times, diaper, food, milk, like diaper, clothes, you're just like trying to just stay above the water. So
sure. Yeah. I needed routine and structure like that. And so when my kids were on routines, I needed one, and I started working from home doing I make children's clothes.
Oh, nice.
And so it's a hobby for me, but then I turned it into a little side hustle, especially in Hawaii where they have these big, nice craft sales and things like that. So I have never heard of Spousely until we found you for this interview. So I'm dying to hear what it's about.
Yeah, well, that is so exciting. I can't wait to learn more about your business as well. But yes, so I launched Spousely a little over a year ago. It's an online marketplace to shop a wide variety of handmade products and services, all created by military and first responder families. So I like to call it Etsy meets Angie's List, but with a focus on shopping for social good and supporting our nation's heroes and their businesses. And yeah, it's just been, just over the course of launching, especially we launched right before the pandemic happened. And I wasn't quite sure, what to expect. It was one of those things where I was like, what on earth is going to go on? I just poured everything into building out this platform. I was working a demanding full-time job in corporate world. And so it was a lot to get it off the ground, turning that idea into reality. But it's been a blessing in disguise, to be honest, because now more than ever, people are looking for ways to shop small, make a big impact, support our heroes, and just continue paving the way together.
As an outsider, I'm sure this is easier said than how you felt, but that it seems like you almost did it at the right time.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a big believer on, everything happens for a reason. Unfortunately, obviously that's a very hard message to say when it just doesn't, make sense. But I really think that things align when they need to align. And, being a part of Spousely and having this community together, and we're growing this one of a kind marketplace, has been just truly rewarding.
Wow, that's a really cool thing. So you have all kinds of shops. Is it kind of like an Etsy kind of thing where you log on to your website and you can see all these things, or?
Yeah. So all of the vendors run and manage their own stores on Spousely. So on the product side, we have everything from home decor, apparel, gifts, arts and crafts, and all of those vendors are running their shops and being able to share their story. And then we're using basically our buying power as a community as a whole to continue moving mountains together, because we know what it's like for a small business to do marketing and to be able to build up their brand awareness. So what we're doing is we're doing it together. And then on the service side, it operates very much like Angie's List, where it's just a marketing platform only. So we have real estate agents, CPAs, attorneys, business coaches, and that is just a annual low fee, and they can spread the word about their business and what they're doing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Why didn't we think of that, Serena?
I mean, here I am thinking of how I was hustling. At the time I couldn't afford to pay the fees to be on some of those other selling platforms. So I was doing it just word of mouth. I mean, you remember all the stuff I was making in Hawaii, Mike. Yeah. So, I mean, and Regina too, she was doing her baking. And is there a fee to be on Spousely as a seller?
Yes. So the product side is mirrored very similar to Etsy, but the fees are much lower. It's as low as $1 a month to be on the platform. Wow. It just varies, based on how many products you're going to be listing. And then we do take 10% from each sale, 3% of that goes to our merchant fees. But that's something that's always going to continue to evolve as we continue to grow. My goal is to continue to reduce costs, like from the merchant side, and being able to truly just, continue making it the most cost efficient way for us to grow together. For me, it's not about charging my community all of these high costs to be on the platform. It's more powerful, the work that we can do together. And then on the service side, it's only $35 for the year to list about your service that you have.
That's awesome.
Really cool.
That's man, Serena was selling clothes now. Now I don't think Serena has time to make clothes. But that's a different story.
Yeah, but I do get some phone call. I actually did just get recently a phone call. Somebody wanted to shop local, another military spouse, and they reached out to me because they saw somebody else's baby blanket from a command that I'd made. Yeah. And I'm like, I just opened my embroidery machine. I think it works, but I don't know. But
yes.
That's a question. So Serena's family, she sells products, but she doesn't make them. So can you sell products you don't make on there if you're a veteran-owned business, or it's just handmade products?
So let me just kind of backtrack a little bit on how that process works. So we are partnered with GovX. So GovX handles all of our verification to make sure that everybody that's coming on to Spousely as a vendor is approved, military spouse, active duty veteran spouse, or part of the first responder community. And then anyone can shop on Spousely. And so it allows those, that have that focus and that mission-driven consumer to now have a one-stop shop to support our heroes. But when it comes to the actual products, as long as you own the rights to reselling it and being able to sell it on another platform, we are okay with that. We do have some vendors that, source different things, but they're the ones that it's under their brand. And so we ask, as long as you own the rights to sell on a platform like Spousely, we are open to having them on. The only businesses that we cannot approve to be on the platform are the multi-level marketing companies because of their rules and regulations.
Sure.
Well, that makes sense. So the bigger you get, the more buying power you'll have as a community. That helps too, right?
Yeah. And we've just seen, just over such a short time, just the things that we're able to do together. And, it's so much more than a marketplace to all of us. It's really about the community. And I always say it's truly about people versus products, which sounds a little crazy when it's a product and service-based marketplace. But really what separates us from Etsy and Amazon and those other companies are our people and their stories and why they created this business. And, we have spouses and service members and veterans on the platform that have either always wanted to start a business after they've served, and so they pursued those dreams. We have spouses that created their business while their spouse was deployed to be able to have that extra income opportunity and really just provide hope and strength, in an unknown time.
That's awesome. And so people are listening, it's Spouse TAC LY, right?
So it's spouse, dash LY. So if you go to Google and you just type in Spousely, it'll come up, just if there's any confusion there. But yes, it's spouse dash LY. The reason why it's called Spousely is because I just always remember, when I was first becoming a military spouse and living this military lifestyle, I was just always so inspired by, one, the amount of talent within our community alone, and also the fact that so many spouses were so great at doing different trades, right? Like I remember a spouse brought me over this like beautiful, like homemade cake. And it was like, just so like something that I could never, I just don't have the patience to do that. And I just remember being like, that's so spousely of you to them. And just being like, because I've never felt like I do own a small business on the side, which is what, allowed me to see the power in owning a small business while living this lifestyle. But I just never had that like just natural creative instinct. So, being able to support one another in both life and business is truly rewarding.
Don't feel bad. I have zero artistic ability.
So now you guys,
she does spousely things. Like Serena will tell you, she can make a cake look like anything you want, from
a
little droid from Star Wars.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. His wife is the cake maker, man.
Yeah.
So now you can start saying that. So spousely of you to her.
So spousely.
That's a good one. I know exactly what you're talking about. So I feel that in my heart when you say that.
Yes.
So when you said that you had a small business on the side, is that kind of what started this, or?
Yeah, it actually stemmed from a little bit more frustration than just owning a small business myself. I was very lucky to have a full-time remote career that I continued to work my way up in. I was making the salary I've always wanted to make. It moved around with our lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I started to realize that wasn't the case for a lot of other military spouses. It was really hard to find something that they love that could support this lifestyle. And in that moment, I just remember thinking like, there's just so much talent. Like, one of my close friends, they make coffee on the side, and the other one, she's a private investigator, and just all these different amazing businesses that needed to align and come together. So that's truly the reason why I wanted to start Spousely, was to bring everyone together, because I knew it would be more powerful, alongside each other.
I mean, it's a brilliant idea. I applaud you, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
awesome.
You know how many times I've gotten on Facebook and I've gone specifically to like a spouses group to look for
there's so
somebody
many
that does
groups.
something.
And
Right.
that's the problem is those groups are amazing, but that's also where a lot of frustration stemmed, was because if I saw it posted, that one week, how on earth am I going to find it again? Like when I needed to actually go back and wanted to get that. So yes, the goal is the more we can continue getting vendors on the platform in all different categories, then people can say, hey, have you checked on Spousely in those groups? Because then it just allows everyone to have one central location.
Yeah, that's genius, for real.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for coming on. We like to limit it to about 15 minutes, because me and Serena, you may not know this about us, but we'll talk for hours.
Oh, me too. That's why I was like, I'm an open book. We can get into anything that you guys want, but I truly appreciate it. We are actually raising our first round of capital right now to help take Spousely to the next level. So if anyone listening wants to be a part of it and wants to invest in helping us continue to grow, you can invest as little as $100. And we are on WeFunder right now, which is a crowdfunding platform. So I encourage everyone to check it out that just loves what we're doing.
We've raised money before for Skill Mill, and I'll tell you, it's fun and frustrating. And
it is like a second job. It is it's an emotional roller coaster. And, the reason why I wanted to go the crowdfunding route, though, is to, one, raise more awareness about Spousely, what we're doing, our amazing community and vendors, and two, to allow people that, might not be an accredited investor to be a part of the ride, because we know what it's like to have those people just believe in us and want to be a part of it.
That is awesome. Well, if you're listening and you want to invest a little money, or you just want to do some shopping.
Yes. Both ways are amazing, and they all help our community.
Visit Spousely. So thank you so much for coming on. All right, Serena, we brought a spouse on who's doing amazing things. What did you think?
I think that I am a day late and a dollar short. That's for sure.
I know. What a great idea, right?
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. I mean, I would have been on that like a rat on a Cheeto when I was back in the day doing my sewing.
Well, she is right, though. So every military community, every base I've ever been to, if you need something, you normally find a spouse that does it from home. Like if you need, Christmas wreath or, a cake or you need baby clothes, there's a spouse somewhere who does that stuff from home.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And I loved, I mean, I still do buying from other spouses, just to support them because I know what it's like when you want to contribute to the family and, whatnot. Yeah. So I always look for people like that. And I was always going to social media to find those kind of people. I had no idea that there was a website dedicated to heroes, veterans, et cetera, that are selling their product. So I will always look there first.
You know what? I will too. And I just found out about it, like I said, and I've been on there looking at stuff because I hate Walmart and Target. I hate those big stores. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do and you have to go buy stuff. But right. I love buying stuff from small businesses. That's, the heart of America is the small business.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's my parents' bread and butter, their livelihood. If they didn't have their small business, I don't know what they would do. And, obviously these big box stores, that's, ruining things right now, but places like Spousely, that's helping people out. I think it's great. This girl had a great idea. I applaud her.
Yes. Awesome. So another week and another great guest. Mm-hmm. I know we normally do the drink of the weekend. We talked about the lake at the beginning of the show, and I'm going to tell you my drink of the week was a cooler. I mean, so you spend 4 days at the lake. There's bound to be some drinking going on. But my wife normally, she never gives me hell about anything I drink because we talk about alcohol in the show and we have a drink, but we're pretty responsible. We don't go out and get hammered unless you're at the barn. But I was drinking, Coors during the day because you're out there on the water. You don't want to drink anything heavy, but I did bring some bourbon with me. And at the end of the 4 days, she goes, you drink a lot of that bourbon. I'm like, I was on vacation.
Yeah. So were you drinking the bourbon before or after the off-roading?
Oh no, after. During the day, I didn't drink anything, of course, when we were driving, but on the boat, I think everyone drinks on the boat. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, we go to the lake pretty often and the driver is usually like, okay, can we just get back to the dock? Right. Because they'll have like one or two, but then it's like, can we get to the dock so I can let loose?
Yeah. I'm going to have my 2 Coors Lights and then we need to get back. I'm ready to get back.
Well, I'm not supposed to drink today because I have a scope, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just having my sparkling water, Trader Joe's watermelon lemonade.
Watermelon lemonade sounds horrible. I'm just going to put that out there.
You don't like any of my drinks.
Oh, my daughter's boyfriend he brought Busch Light apple.
I love that stuff.
I'm taking away his man card.
Oh, no, it's
anything
good.
Like that again.
No, it's good. It's good. I mean, Busch Light is garbage, but Busch Light apple is good. Or Busch apple. I like it. I have some in my beer fridge downstairs, actually.
I'm guessing you do. Guess who didn't try a Busch Light apple?
Oh, God. Boom. Thanks for listening to this episode of Diapers and Deployments brought to you by Skill Mill.
Go to skillmill.com to check out our blog and create an account. You can also find us on social media. Let us help you find your next career.
Don't forget, that's skill with 2 L's and mill with 1.
Until next time.